Really good, really good. Today better than yesterday. The first practice is always a little choppy because everything's introduced, so you're trying to like tap into the energy of the group, but you're also trying to instruct and you're trying to, teach and that sort of thing. Today was a similar rollout to yesterday's practice, and so they knew what to expect, and so they could just let it rip. And it was really, really intense today. It was a great, great day.
Lou kind of echoed that, just talking about the competitiveness. Any anecdotes that stick out to you about guys out on the floor or a moment in practice that stood out of guys really getting after it with each other?
Um, I mean, just like every game was like, I think we were playing a 15. It was like 15, 14, 12, 15, 12, 9. Like it was just really, really, every team was pretty well balanced and wanted to win. And they went after it pretty hard. I mean, we were smashing today.
I know it's very early, but when Shea and Josh Giddey are playing alongside each other on the same side,
Yep.
Josh said he's like learning to play more off ball. What does that pairing look like?
They haven't been paired in live play yet.
Okay.
We're evenly distributing the teams in practice, just to basically make it as competitive as possible and to give them different opportunities to play with the whole roster. Because I think once you get into the season, kind of a first unit, second unit flow becomes more common. Um, so we haven't really done anything with those two guys together yet, but we have multiple guys, obviously, whether it's Dort, whether it's Teo, Ty Jerome, Trey Mann. I mean, there's every team has multiple guys that can handle out there, and getting him used to running and spacing when he's away from the ball is pretty critical for him in order to function well in this team, as it is for all of them, but it's new for him and Trey.
I guess it depends who he's going to be on the floor with, but like what sort of role, whether it's on ball or off ball, do you anticipate Josh being in the most?
Um, I don't know yet. I think, certainly when he's out there with Shea, it's going to be off ball more, but that doesn't mean it's exclusive. With the way we've played, you guys saw us play last year, and I think stylistically that's what we're after is the guy with the ball is the creator, and then everybody else around it is spacing and working off of that initial creation. Shea is an elite creator, obviously, and so in order to play well, inside of the team, every single person on the team, including Shea, but certainly when you're playing with Shea, needs to be able to run well, space well, and make secondary playmaking plays. You know what I mean?
Luther mentioned that he was facing Shay in a bunch of different practice scenarios.
Yeah.
What did you see out of them kind of going against each other today?
I mean, that's the benefit of camp. It's they're going to play together for 82 games, and be out there together quite a bit, and they have for the first 2 years of their careers. And I think that's a nice way to light a match on camp is to get, your main guys that everyone's kind of used to seeing together against each other and letting them go. And I think for their own development, I mean, Lou's an elite defensive player and Shea's an elite creator. And so that matchup is really healthy for both of them as we sharpen our blade going into the year.
As far as the new guys, whether they be the rookies or training camp invitees, the guys you haven't been around a ton,
Right.
is there anything that's surprised you or particular skill set or trait that one of the kids has?
Um, I Similar to summer league, I've been pretty surprised at how they've been. And I mentioned this yesterday, but like they don't seem behind, which is a testament to number one their basketball IQ and number two the summer league program in terms of preparing them for this. But they haven't seemed behind at all, and so they're just kind of competing and playing in the flow. Josh Giddey defensively has been pretty impressive. That was one thing I was interested to see. He was impressive in summer league camp. I was interested to see what it looked like out here. Robinson Earls shot the ball really well. Trey Mann without the ball, obviously he's incredibly shifty with it, but without it, he's been pretty good moving and shifty. And so, I mean, all those guys have been impressive. I mean, they look very functional and playable.
Was Favors with you guys today?
No, so he's on his way back.
Okay.
So yesterday, I keep like messing
No,
this
that's
up. I'm not like dodging anything. He's literally getting treatment on his knee because he has swelling. Um, he's on his way back. He should be at practice tonight if his flight's on time.
And
So
everyone else was.
everyone else was go, except for Vit Krejci. So he had his ACL. We did 2 practices yesterday. He was a little bit sore, nothing to be concerned with, but we held him out today just out of precaution. Like I said, it's a return to performance for him. So he's on a little bit of a different track. Trey Mann didn't finish the practice, but should be fine. He had like a little bit of tightness in his groin. Everybody else was good.
Lou has talked about just his drives and
Yeah. Well, I mean, his finishing is definitely a point of emphasis from the summer. He did not finish as efficiently as he can last year, and so that's something he worked on quite a bit, and that showed up a little bit. And then I think the game's really slowed down for him when the ball's been in his hands. He had a play today where he was in a pick and roll, he was driving left. And it was one of those plays that if you go too fast, Wiggins had a turnover on the same type of play because he was just rushed. Lou slowed the game down a little bit, that forced the defense to react, and he got Muscala a shot in the corner, which is just evidence of like a mature play that I don't think he was making consistently his first 2 years. So he's definitely shown growth. Him, Baisley for sure. Those guys look a year older.
We noticed the added strength to Poku, like helping him in this game out there.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And I think the game slowed down for him. He's getting to the paint a little bit more. Obviously, when he first started last year, that was like one thing that was like glaring is like he wasn't in the paint very often at all. It was very perimeter oriented. So he's added some balance to his game defensively. It definitely shows up. And with his body type, like when he walks in the gym, he doesn't look like overly different. But he definitely looks on the court more comfortable out there. I'd say I'd throw him in that category. Maladon as well. Those guys that got a lot of minutes last year. Roby. I mean, they all look a year older, and the continuity of that group is definitely showing up in the practices. So,
Anyone else in the room? All right, we're going to go to the Zoom. Anyone on Zoom for Coach this afternoon? Going once, going twice. All right.
thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That's a wrap for Thunder Avail today. For those on the Zoom, thanks for joining us, and we will see you